Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How. So in today's pick a card, we're going to take a look at who your next lover might be, what kind of energy they have, how they might come into your life, and what the timing is for this connection. Remember, these messages are always timeless, and so they come to you whenever you're ready to receive them. So take a deep breath, ground yourself, and allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. If you need another moment, this is a perfect time to pause the video. And when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below or pinned at the top of the comments. So let's just get started with the reading for pile number 1. Welcome to pile number 1. Let's just jump right into who is your next lover, the Hawk. Air energy. What other energy do they come with? They have Justice coming in. So this is actually more air, the card for Libra. We have Ace of Wands, a lot of fire coming with this connection. How did they come into your life? Through the seed. So a seed's been sown in this relationship already. Of course, we're going to go deeper with clarifiers. What else do we have? Strength coming in. Also the card for Leo. So far we have Libra, Leo showing up, and a tower moment. Wow. So it's going to be a heavy experience coming together with this person. What's the timing here? Angel guidance says within the next few months. Interesting. All right. And we have as well your spirits of darkness and light. Spirit of the spider, fate and destiny is at play. And spirit of Pegasus. So unrealistic, right? Some things may be a little bit pie in the sky along the way. We're going to see exactly how this all fits in. All right. So as I said, we'll be pulling clarifiers and we'll be pulling as well zodiac runes later on in the reading. But for right now, let's just get into who is your next lover, the Hawk. So I love this animal spirit. This person is resonating with keen insight. This is someone who is very intelligent. They're able to sort of see through any kind of BS or nonsense. They're very pragmatic. They're also someone who is able to sort of see the whole picture. The Hawk, we associate vision, clarity, right, and understanding coming in. Certainly somebody who generally can see the bigger picture. There's someone who can really understand all the moving parts to a particular situation or even a problem, right? So someone who's very, very logical, associated with that air energy, as I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, along with more air. They come in with justice. As I said in the beginning when I laid the cards, justice is the card for Libra in tarot. And so this person, along with that sort of very logical, keen insight, brings a sense of fairness and balance with them, right? This is someone who really believes in the difference, between right and wrong, really believes in making sure that everything is fair, just. That's what justice is, right? And so we're going to go a little bit deeper into this energy for this new lover of yours. Ace of Wands, though, I'm going to say there is a beginning here with this person that is extremely passionate. As I look ahead, the seed, oof, this is exciting, but yeah, it starts off very sort of passionate. Once the attraction rather between the two of you is triggered, it's very, very strong. So let's see a little bit more about this justice. Wow, Five of Swords. Oh, and another tower moment. Wow, interesting. So this is kind of heavy. So this person has really had to deal with a lot of sort of battling unfairly. There's been, I don't even want to say, almost bullying, perhaps, some bullying here. There's been a war, really, that this person has been part of. I'm going to say that you're a part of it too. So there's something going on here that has been brewing, right? And it's been sort of a war, perhaps, of two different groups or parties. It does feel like this may involve something to do with perhaps like your living or your work situation. It is personal though, right? It is personal. It may have been a disagreement over something, right? Something that involves perhaps even courts, but nevertheless, there is a battle that's been going on, and this person, your next lover, is kind of the one who's able to come in and bring sort of justice and balance to it all. You may meet this person as part of some kind of project or activity that involved mediation, right? That involved sort of a battle, right? I hear court as well. Some of you are dealing with court issues. It may have been a disagreement in a court or a disagreement over something that involves business matters, property, things like that, right? But we have twice a tower coming out. And so, with this strong energy of the hawk, your next lover is deeply involved, but on the side of right, I want to say, on the side of making sure all of this comes out to a sort of fair conclusion. But this person is deeply involved in this kind of battle that it's been part of your life, I want to say. They may even be a lawyer or a solicitor, a mediator, as I say, even someone who is in business. But their fairness and their understanding of the matter is what brings the two of you together. How did they come into your life? We have seed energy here. Yeah, this is definitely where it started, right? So somewhere along the line, you had a conversation, I'm going to say, with this person that involved some kind of energy exchange. It involved a situation that you're part of. And I would say that you already know them, but somewhere along the line, I feel strongly the two of you shared something. That was the seed, right? You either shared something that was, I want to say, intimate, but intimate on a level of sharing maybe a secret or a vulnerability. There was some kind of communication or some kind of interaction you had with this person as part of this overall turmoil that you're a part of, where the two of you shared something, and that was the seed. So you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. This person also brings with them the ability and the strength that you're kind of relying on, or certainly, let me rephrase that, not relying on, but a strength and an understanding that you definitely use to get through this difficult situation. What's the connection? Wow, justice came out again. Okay, so this is absolutely involving court. Court, a business agreement, some kind of, there was an injustice here, and this person is part of the machine or the energy that is bringing balance and justice back. This is, listen, I love, this is why I use multiple decks so we can get strong clarifiers. Justice twice, tower twice. For you here, strength and the tower. Again, you as well, this moment that the two of you shared, I think you also shared your vulnerability, but as well your strength. I can almost feel it here. You know, there was a moment where this person, your next lover, saw how strong you were in the face of all of this. You as well, at the same time, through that strength, definitely shared a vulnerability or a sensitive side with your hawk, as it were. And it was in that moment where the whole world is chaotic around you. You have tower moment. You have all this chaos. And again, the tower is a divine event. So divine timing is at play. But with all this chaos around you, the two of you shared this moment. That was your seed, and that is how they come into your life. It definitely develops. You know, we see that looking ahead within the next few months. But what connects the two of you? Justice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's going to be so unexpected. I see for some of you, you were even sitting at like maybe a table having a discussion with the other party in this sort of battle that you're in. And this person, your next lover, shows up. They may even show up for the other side, or they may even show up in some other capacity. In some way, shape, or form, they bring with them the ability to bring justice back to a very unjust, turmoil-ridden scenario that you have been involved with. Let's get one. I want to get another card. I need another card. Show me. Yes, and it is over money. Four of Pentacles shows up. Yes, you've had to really sort of protect your stability. There's been so many changes, and you're like, no matter what the changes are, I'm going to hold on to what's mine. You know, I've worked really hard for this. This is my stability. You're not, you definitely, for some of you, you may have been sued over something, right? It may have been, definitely feels sort of, litigation, right? Litigious, I think they call that. It's litigious, it's definitely some of you, somebody may come after you for something that you've created. Some of you may have even had something creative like a patent or a trademark that you've had to defend, and it's been very unjust. It's a very specific thing like that. But the seed has been sown, and your next lover and the two of you kind of bond in that really difficult moment. What does Spirit say about timing? Timing is in the next few months. Yeah, this is all happening right now. And remember, I do say that these readings are timeless. So whenever you come to these readings, the timing is synced along your timeline. So when you come to this reading, it's within the next few months of your timeline. And it's just going to develop. But the seed has already been sown. And this is how this connection comes into your life. Spirits of darkness and light. You have Spider Spirit and Spirit of Pegasus. There is a destiny, a fatalistic vibe here. Right? Because this Tower moment, twice in this reading, this turmoil that you're going through, it came into your life without you manifesting it. So oftentimes we say, well, you manifest everything. Well, okay, there is that, but there's also divine guidance and timing. And yeah, well, it is part of your life, and, to a degree you call this change in. The time, a Tower moment is oftentimes help from your guides, your angels, the divine, that brings something in that you can't ignore. Right? It just had to happen. So Spider Spirit is at play. There is a feeling of destiny here. There's also a feeling of Spirit of the Pegasus. That unrealistic sort of things are not as they seem vibe. I do believe that that may come into play here because the two of you here are not from the very beginning, not necessarily on paper, friends per se, right? You meet each other and the seed is sown through a lot of turmoil and through a scenario where there is not a whole lot of trust, right? And so there is a feeling of Spirit of the Pegasus that some things are not as they seem, but that can go both ways. Some things are not as they seem. Some things seem like they might be bad or not good or not a good fit, and you find out they are, and vice versa. So take that energy as you will. This is an incredible reading, and it's quite juicy in a way that it definitely involves a scenario. I love it because it involves a scenario that comes right in the end, right? Justice is restored. Justice and balance coming in twice. Yeah, justice is restored, and through it all, a love connection is made. So now's the time for us to go ahead and pull your zodiac runes. Let's see what kind of zodiac signs. Some of you either have Taurus in your chart, you're dealing with that Taurus as part of this scenario. We will put that right there, slide it on in. See, we have some space for all of our zodiac signs. What else are we dealing with here? Some of you are dealing with that Pisces. Yes. Some of you dealing with a Cancer, more water. Let us see. Will we have an air sign that shows up for this reading? So much air coming in. Let us see. And so, of course, oops, one more fell out. I'm not taking that one. Of course, what came out? Libra. Yes, of course Libra came out. Libra showed up twice for this reading. All right. So yeah, listen, these are my readings. I love it. We clarify everything. And this is the end of pile number 1. So if this resonated for you, definitely sound off and hit the like button. That really helps me out. But for now, we're going to get ready to move on over to the extended. The extended pile is ready. If you want to join me over there, you can follow the link below. And that is it. Other than that, we are ready to get right into pile number 2. Welcome to pile number 2. And let's get right into who is this next lover. Cosmic egg. New chapters. new beginnings. They resonate with the Hierophant, as well as that courage of the Seven of Wands. Somebody who's very courageous and fiery. How do the two of you come together? Through the mirror. All right, we're going to get more clarifiers on all of this. We have King of Wands, a lot of fire coming in, some more, as well as divine luck and timing. Wheel of Fortune is turning for you in this connection. What is the timing that angels say? The angels say within the next few weeks, it will come into you. And Spirit of Darkness and Light, Spirit of the Mermaids and Spirit of the Elixir, beauty, untamed, wild, as well as perhaps some elixir, right? Intoxication, liquid courage is at play. We're going to be going deeper into all of these with clarifiers and zodiac runes, but let's just get right into who is this person. They resonate with cosmic egg energy. So this animal spirit, yo, this is a beautiful sort of complete energy. This is associated with the seventh chakra. This person has really sort of come into their own. They're definitely at a sort of reinvention stage of their life. They're definitely ready for a whole new chapter, but they have also really completed everything they needed to know up until now. This is somebody who's really mature, right? Emotionally mature. You know, they are aware of where they're at spiritually, physically. They have a deep understanding of their life path and where they want to be. They also resonate with their Hierophant and Seven of Wands. And that makes a lot of sense because this person is somewhat of a teacher, right? That Hierophant, this is somebody who can be a counsel, a teacher, a guide in some way, especially when it comes to faith, our belief, our faith, our teaching, our moral center. So yeah, this person, this next lover who comes into you is somebody who's very spiritually attuned and aware. And at the same time, they may come across as a little bit of a rebel. That Seven of Wands indicates to me definitely a vibe of somebody who they may be quite avant-garde in a way. You know, they may be outside of traditional sort of faith or belief systems. This is a person who's, I would say, feels to me much more like a spiritualist, right? Somebody who thinks, who doesn't think along the normal lines or see things along the normal sort of conventional ways of seeing the world. They have a very strong spiritual compass, I would say. What else is going on with this person? Six of Wands. They have a victory that's come in and a decision. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who recently has probably gone through quite a difficult period of, you know, perhaps being ostracized or not accepted by society at large. And recently they have kind of graduated, right? Whatever sort of task or path they've been on, a journey they've been on, right? Vision that they've had, it's not a vision that everybody has supported. They've been very much on the outside, and I think they've had to really show their own courage and belief in themselves. And recently they've had a big victory. Recently, I would say kind of a vindication. So whatever has been going on in their life, recently it's as if everything, all the rewards are coming in, accolades, you know, the sort of I'm going to say, yeah, vindication is the perfect word. You know, they've been proven to be victorious in their effort. Now, this is who this next lover is coming into you. So you should have an idea already if you know this person who I'm talking about. Their recent victory would have been very public. You would have known about it. I think you already have met this person. I think you know this person. But they are currently quite cagey. They may be a little bit cagey even around you. So let's move on to how did the two of you meet? Well, the mirror, right? I love this card. Yeah, you see each other in each other, right? There is a real mirroring back. Something about this person, when they've come into your life, it's really struck you. I'm going to say as oh my gosh, I can, we are so similar. You see each other so clearly in each other. And I think that this whole experience that they're going through here is something that you can really relate to. It feels like that here for me, especially since you have this King of Wands and this Wheel of Fortune. So it feels like almost as if kind of what this person has been going through in terms of standing their own ground against society at large to maintain their particular position. You yourself also have a King of Wands in your life that may be also kind of standing a little bit in your way as well. The thing about this particular picker card reading, Your Next Lover, this reading is very much where we take a deep look into who this next lover is and why it is the two of you may be connected. So, not as deep of a look into your particular situation, but we can see here a vibe. Certainly, I feel a vibe here that you have people, or you certainly have someone around you who's quite an authority figure, quite someone who has, I don't know, not maybe not necessarily control, but they have your respect. You listen to what they say in terms of advice and guidance. I think they see this person coming into your life a bit as a threat. This mirror energy here between the two of you just feels like the two of you can really relate in your experiences when the two of you meet. And your person has had to sort of kind of come up against, I feel like, a certain amount of opposition to maintain themselves. And you yourself are kind of experiencing a little bit of that as well. What's the connection? Three of Swords. Wow. So betrayal. The two of you share that, an understanding of that, certainly a feeling of that. It doesn't even feel like third party or like, broke up in a relationship type of betrayal. It's that betrayal of like not being believed in, or, someone that you really truly care about, not necessarily having a lot of belief or faith in what it is you're trying to do. They may care about you, but they are being very judgmental in a way. The King of Wands in shadow can be very possessive, very domineering, can be quite judgmental at times. Arrogant, it's their way or the highway type of energy. And that can feel like a sense of betrayal, especially if you've been kind of kept under their thumb in a way. You haven't been allowed to expand or, express yourself the way you want to, live your life the way you want to. Whatever this outside influence is from this king, it's the effect of it is something that you share with this person who's resonating with this cosmic egg energy coming in. Now, your person has had to deal with that. They're at a stage, they're resonating with cosmic egg because they're at that stage where they've come through that type of a stage or test. And so they bring to you a way to kind of deal with this, right? Or a way to, I want to say, find your own footing, find your own confidence, find your own sort of courage to stand up in the face of all that. So you buoy each other up. You have definitely a connection in your experience. They aren't really sure how to move forward necessarily just yet. It does feel a little bit like, there may be people around you who don't necessarily want to encourage the two of you coming together, but your next lover is somebody who brings with them some kind of an experience of a certain type of stressful situation or chapter in their life that you can really relate to. And that's that mirror energy and what brings the two of you together. I want to get one more card. I love this in a way because it's just like, you bond over very similar life experiences and feelings in terms of the things that you've had to battle against. That's really what it boils down to. And this person who's coming into you, your next lover, is somebody who's going to be able to share that with you. I don't know that you've had that before. Four of Pentacles. This is interesting. This showed up for one of the other piles as well. Four of Pentacles. So taking care to maintain the stability that you have achieved so far. You've worked really hard for what you have. And don't, not sort of letting anyone take that away from you. Seeing the value in what you have created for yourself. seeing the value in sort of holding on to the things that you've created out of your own hard work. And change sometimes brings anxiety about loss, anxiety that things will, shift, or that you will lose what you've worked for. There can be a little bit of anxiety here in terms of that, especially if you're breaking away. If you're breaking away from an environment that is oppressive, sometimes it can feel like if I want to get out of this environment, I'm also going to lose everything I worked for. And so that is a consideration here that seems to come up in this reading. Nevertheless, your next lover is someone who you really share so much with. And them coming into your life really kind of rejuvenates your sense of confidence and this feeling of not being alone in a way, right? In your own sort of, alone with your own viewpoint. You have somebody here who's very much a simpatico soul. The two of you share a lot of the same beliefs and outlooks, and it's really comforting. Nevertheless, for some of you, there's definitely outside influences that don't want to see this happen. What does Spirit say about timing? Well, timing is within the next few weeks. So this is happening pretty fast. Remember, these readings are timeless. And so whenever you come to the reading, the timing is along your sort of life timeline. So within the next few weeks for you, for sure, Spirit of Mermaid and elixirs. I sense that the two of you may meet over a drink even, there's going to be like, there's a feeling here that when the two of you actually meet, if you have not met already, right, that it's like right away you party the same way, you like to do the same things, you like to hang out, the conversation is, like I say, it's the mirror here. You meet each other and you are just so instantly drawn to each other because in so many ways you are similar. There is Spirit of Mermaids, there's a feeling of just like untamed, beautiful, free vibe here. Like you can be yourself with this person because the two of you are the same person in a lot of ways, And it just comes out as very, very nice energy. Now it's time for us to pull out our zodiac runes, see what kind of zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Leo. Move that over. Yes, that fire of the Leo. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. There's that earth. Some of you are dealing with more earth, Virgo. And some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. Wow, that air. Let's put that over there. So we have Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo. 2 earth, 1 air, 1 fire. Wow. All right, guys. This is the reading that I have for pile number 2. If you want to go ahead and join me for the extended where we go a little bit deeper, your pile is already ready and I'm going to go over and do that now. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, let the collective know. Sound off below. Hit the like button if you enjoy my readings. That really helps me out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Welcome to pile number 3. Let's get right into who's your next lover. They resonate with that buffalo earth energy, spiritual, connected with the earth. We have 6 of cups, love and affection, as well as the 4 of wands. This is the 1111 card, soulmate energy. Wow. All right. Now, how do two of you come together? The flame. Yeah, something ignites for sure between the two of you. You have chariot energy showing up. Wow, this is a love story unfolding. And 3 of pentacles. Definitely. A whole new chapter starting. What does Spirit have to say? You're ready, okay, on timing. So any day now. I love this card because, yeah, it's like any moment you're ready, you're ready. Zombie Spirit and Spirit of the Clover. So we're going to see how that factors in. Luck and abundance, as well as some control issues, right? So we're going to go deeper with clarifiers and zodiac runes, but let's just jump right into who is this next lover. This person resonates with the buffalo. The buffalo is a strong, highly spiritual animal spirit. This is someone who connects their higher self all the way down to the ground. This is someone who makes excellent choices, right? In the real here and now. Everything that they do in life, every step or decision, everything they manifest is in lockstep with who they are as a person, with their inner voice, their guidance. This is someone who's extremely authentic. And very down to earth in their authenticity. Also, someone who really does not get sort of stopped by anything. You know, Buffalo energy can overcome any kind of obstacle or issue or stumbling block, right? What other energy do they bring? I love this. This is definitely someone you have history with. Six of Cups, Four of Wands. You already have a strong bond with this person. I'm going to say there's already a feeling here of having built memories, created memories with them, built loyalty, trust. There's already affection here. And Four of Wands? Four of Wands is a celebration. It feels to me like the two of you have known each other for quite some time. The flame we see ahead is already there. The spark is already there. But now the two of you are coming together. It's a celebration, very much so. Let's see some more energy. Two of Pentacles, as well as that Queen of Wands. Wow. So definitely juggling some responsibilities here. There may be some things right now that you're having to do, some decisions, some, tasks, responsibilities that your person is having to juggle right now, but they have a vision of what they want to do. They're very wise. This person may have, right away, I feel for some of you, they may have already had another family or have children from another family. That's okay. It's all very healthy. There's nothing toxic here, but there's definitely something that they're having to sort of juggle to make all of this happen. It could involve moving or money issues. It could just involve juggling responsibilities. Queen of Wands is there. I do feel like your person does have some responsibilities already that they have to tend to, that they have to make sure is okay. You're dealing with someone who's very dignified and sort of an up and up person, right? This is not the type of lover who's going to forget everything else in their life for their next lover sort of scenario. And it does feel like they have other obligations in their life, but they're taking care of them in a very wise and responsible way. Now, and then certainly they're taking care of them in such a way so that they can have it all. Now, you definitely, I think for some of you, absolutely you know this person already. In fact, I don't think this is a reading for anyone where this is a brand new person, completely new in your life. There is already affection here, but you've had to wait a while. What brings the two of you together? The flame. Something ignited between the two of you a long time ago, and now it's beginning to flame. Now it's being given oxygen. And I feel like, more than anything, the only reason here that it's taken this while or that this person is your next lover and not your current lover is because there were other responsibilities, I think, that were kind of in between the two of you. There may have been either responsibilities or obligations, it feels like, that needed to be dealt with. The two of you, perhaps for some of you, were very much on different sort of trajectories in terms of your career, your life path, the way life has taken you. For some of you, you were friends, perhaps. You may have even gone to, let's say, college together or school together. And somehow life kind of just, but the spark was already there, and something recently has just put so much oxygen into it, and now it's a flame. It's burning. You can't, there's no way to sort of get rid of it, right? It's there. The passion is there. It's only going to continue, right? It's left alone, it will just continue to burn. This is a desire and a connection that has been there for a long time. Star energy. Yeah, you both dreamt of this. I'm going to say the two of you definitely dreamt of having this opportunity, this life together. It's taken some time. This doesn't feel like X energy, though. It feels like, love interrupted, right? There was love here. The two of you have probably, there's a feeling for sure with that star that the two of you have secretly fantasized about this day, secretly wished, carried these feelings of one day the two of you will be together. One day the two of you will be able to have that celebration. Four of Wands is, for some of you, is marriage. Okay, I'm going to go there. You might want to check out your future spouse series, pick a card series on my channel, because for some of you, this person is not only your next lover, but they're your future spouse. And this is always something that was a desire that was here. They may have had to really go through a lot, a lot of challenges, growing, a lot of difficult sort of financial situations for them to be in a place where the two of you can be together. This is going to be different for each of you who resonate with this. But for sure, Star is also the card for Aquarius. Some of you may be dealing with Aquarius. Chariot is the card for Cancer. So let's go ahead. Yeah, Chariot energy, Three of Pentacles. You're finally able to begin this life. You're working towards it. Now is exactly the time. And this is why, looking ahead, it says you're ready. Now is exactly the time where the two of you are putting sort of the building blocks in place, the foundations in place. You're preparing the path forward. For some of you, this is just the beginning of the journey. Three of Pentacles is there as well. So you're building like very concrete foundation for the next stage in this connection for the two of you, right? Literally building a life together. Some of you may even be building a home. Feels like, again, that buffalo energy. This is somebody who's very, very grounded. It may be that because of the certain obligations and responsibilities you both have in your lives, you need something like a home to be built, to encompass both of your lives. In any case, this next period is the two of you firmly building that life together. Absolutely, some of you about to get married, or certainly engaged, right? That celebration of we are finally together, we're finally able to do this. I really love it. I want to pull one more card though and see. Yeah, very, very concrete steps are being taken. Again, some of you are building a home. You may be buying a home. You may be buying land. You may be working on certain projects that bring money or resources or a certain opportunity together that is part of this future that you're building. Yeah, your next lover. This next lover is a doozy because it does feel like you've been waiting a long time for this to come in and you are so ready. Page of Swords, confidence. Yeah, just having confidence. You're ready. You have confidence it's going to work, but it is new for you, right? Up until now, things may not have been so clear on how this was all going to get, how this was all going to happen, right? It's been a long time coming, as I say. And so Page of Swords is there to remind you that slowly but surely, the clarity is coming in for you. The confidence is coming in for you. Bit by bit, you can put your faith in this. What spirits of darkness and light say? Here's interesting. Zombie spirit. At the beginning, I said, when I pulled this out, control issues. Empty, submissive, we want to watch out for that, right? However that applies to your scenario, some of you out there may indeed have gone through a bit of a sort of depressive period with all of this, like kind of like, I don't want to fight for it, work for it, whatever anymore. However that applies to you, just want to watch out for that energy, right? Zombie spirit. You want to watch out for that energy of being sort of just negative, right? Empty and not, putting your spirit and energy into it. So however it applies to you, take it as it comes. We also have spirit of the clover, which is luck and abundance and summertime. So summer is coming, but however this message comes to you, whenever this message comes to you, remember these are timeless messages. And so this message is for somebody who's ready right now. I do believe this is happening right now. But you really see the full fruition of it over this next several month period, I'm going to say. The celebration is there. Now, this is a very different reading in a lot of ways to the other piles because in this particular reading, there's nothing holding the two of you back actively, right? This is just a circumstance of your lives, your responsibilities, your obligations, that there's a lot of sort of pots on the stove for you guys. Certainly, this connection has been here for a long time. You may have gone off and, as I said, had your separate lives, even had separate families, but now you're coming together. And this love connection that you wanted to have with this person for a very long time, since before whatever lives you two led, is now finally coming to fruition. And so now's the time for us to pull out the zodiac runes. Let's see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini. Wow. Some of you are dealing with Aries, fire sign. Some of you are dealing with that Sagittarius, another fire sign. And finally, some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. So, water energy, Scorpio energy. All right. This may be zodiac signs in your chart or in your person's chart. You take it as it comes to you. These are the energies associated with this reading. And this is the end of the message I have for you for pile number 3. Now, for some of you who want to go ahead and follow me into the extended, the pile is ready and I'm going to go and do that now. But other than that, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me today for this pick a card reading, Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How. If it resonated for you, let the collective know. Hit the like button. All of those things really help my channel and I love to hear from you. But for right now, I wish you all love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you right back here at Bow and Arrow Tarot for your next pick a card reading. Bye-bye, everyone.